UFC Fight Night 14 predictions. Indeed. Right off the bat, let's get to, well, the reason why we have this card is Dana White decided to have a little something to go against the Affliction ban card. Smart business move, kind of a dick move in real life, but smart business move from Dana. Good little counter there. And I'll be watching this because I'm a cheap bastard. But let's get into the fights. We got some really fights I don't really care about to start with. I mean, maybe I'll really care about the fighters later, but right now, let's go fast. Shannon Gugurty versus Dale Hart. I was going to pick Shannon at first, but I saw an article on MMA Junkie about Dale Hart, and kind of like an article on how he's a jack of all trades, master of none. Decided to go with him because of the article. That's all it takes sometimes. Nate Lugran versus Johnny Rees. I picked Johnny Rees. Brad Blackburn versus James Gibbu. I've chose Brad Blackburn. Brody Farber versus Rory Markham. I choose Rory. He's an old IFL guy. I think he has more experience coming into this. He should have this. Now here's a rematch here. Tim Credor versus Kel Yarbrough. That was supposed to happen at the Ultimate Fighter Finale 7. Yeah. But it didn't because of Tim had Adderall in his blood from medication he takes for his ADHD. So he's clean now. Very little in the system to begin with. He didn't know it was against the rules. They redid this fight. Very lucky break for Tim because this is a good matchup for him, kind of. Because, I mean, he's not fighting this tougher guy on the show. Like, they didn't bring back someone like Gerald Harris, who would have been a tougher fighter. I don't know. Just anyone else but Kel Yarbrough, who's a good fighter, but just not as good as some of the other guys that haven't gotten any more exposure from the UFC. But I'm going to pick Tim Credor. Submission, probably. Or I don't know, maybe even knockout. But Tim all the way. Alright, that's the preliminary card. Now we're on to the main card. CB Dalloway versus Jesse Taylor. Just from the fights in the show, that's all I got. The dogs are fighting. That's what they do. Just from what I've seen on the show, I thought Jesse Taylor was more impressive. Now I heard that they had a wrestling, amateur wrestling, not professional wrestling, but amateur wrestling match in CB1. So take what you want from that. But I see Jesse Taylor as the stronger, bigger guy, and I think he'll get on top. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick Jesse because I kind of want Jesse to win more, and also I think he can and make a good story, I guess. I don't know. Kevin Burns versus Anthony Johnson. The thing with this is you can kind of see the writing on the wall. The UFC wants Anthony Johnson to just flatline this guy and move on. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you could see the storyline, and I'll just go along with it. I'll pick Anthony Johnson. We got Jake O'Brien versus Kane. Oh man, I should listen to some more videos to see if we want to predict this fight. Jake O'Brien versus Kane Velasquez. I'm going to pick Kane because he has good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that's where Jake's going to want to take it, is on the ground. And I think Kane could submit him. And also Kane's a good striker too. So he's a big guy too. He's lanky-ish, but he's big. And I think skill will overcome brawn in this fight. So there you go. Frankie Edgar versus Hermes Franca. This is a really close. I'm going to predict this is going to be the match of the night because that's a really evenly matched fight, and it's a hard one from the pick. Franca's coming back from that steroid thing. He's a good fighter. Oh, he's totally different from Edgar. Edgar has really good boxing, but he doesn't have that much power to me. While Hermes Franca throws haymakers from his waist, and he could knock you out. So I'm going to go with Hermes. Also, Frankie has the wrestling and good jiu-jitsu, but Hermes is known for his jiu-jitsu. So, oh, it's so close. You can really flip a coin on this one. But I think Franca's going to pull it out. Brandon Vera versus Reese Andy. Of course, you know who Brandon Vera is, but Reese Andy's another one of these IFL guys. And recently, I think it was today, Brandon Vera said that he listed that Dan Henderson and Vanderlei Silva ducked him in this match. And it just wasn't him. It was having to prepare within 4 weeks, a month's time for this fight. But still, that's kind of impressive to put on a resume. But then in turn, Brandon also admitted that he ducked Lyoto Machida for this match because he didn't want to fight him. So everybody's ducking everybody. And Reese Andy took the opportunity, and you know, I kind of pulling for Reese Andy just for a good upset. I mean, we haven't had really, really good upset in a while now, and Vera sometimes gets on my nerves. He seems really cocky and arrogant, and you know, he wants to rule the heavyweight and the light heavyweight, blah 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 blah. Just let's get some more wins going, Vera, before we start talking about that again. But I want to see the upset, but I'm going to go with Vera. Vera's a good fighter, good Muay Thai, good on the ground. He should have this. And we got our main event: Anderson the Spider Silva versus James Irvin. A lot of people look on this paper, look at this fight on paper and think, kind of crappy. But Anderson Silva is just trying to. He's already said he doesn't want to take this out and fight on the ground. And Silva easily has all the advantage on the ground against James Irvin. He has all the advantage in the world, you know. But instead, it's going to be a closer fight, I think, because he wants to stand up. And I think Silva's going to win, but I mean, it's risky with Irvin to do this. I mean, even if you're the best in the world, there's always that puncher's chance. And when you give in and tell everybody you're going to let the puncher have that chance, you know, it's a risk. But I think Anderson Silva will take this. It's a good matchup. James Irvin just KO'd Houston Alexander in like, what, 8 seconds? It was even faster than 8 seconds. I don't know. It was fast. So, he's a dangerous guy. But Silva's even more dangerous. That's the thing. I wish, maybe he's just bluffing with this. Maybe he will use some way to submit him to end it early or whatever. Maybe he's just fooling him to make him think he's just going to stand and trade with him. Even if he does, Anderson Silva has a good chance there, like I said, but you never know. Puncher's chance. It's not the smartest move. I mean, Anderson Silva can kind of do what he wants at this point, but it's just not the smartest move. And this is his first match at 205, so I'd be really cautious if I were him. That's just me. Good little fight card. Nothing like Banned Affliction, but it's free. So I'm going to be watching this. Like I said, cheap bastard. Going to be Saturday night. Watch this. I'll come back with a recap probably, because I'll actually watch this card and going to have some thoughts on it. Hopefully everything goes good, and I'll see you later. Later. Wolfpack. Because I hate the peace sign. Yeah.